In this video, we're going to show you how to install the crank sensor on your Hyundai Elantra located to the right of your oil filter. With the hood open, you're going to go ahead and locate the battery right here on the driver's side. Disconnect to the ground terminal. There's a 10mm nut. Loosen that. Go ahead and give that terminal a little wiggle and then pull up on it. You know, with the vehicle raised and supported, you're normally going to find a big plastic splash shield right here. Well, ours is missing from the vehicle, but you want to go ahead and start by removing that. And how you're going to do that is on the fender liner right here on the driver's side, there's going to be 3 plastic push pins. Go ahead and remove those using a trim tool and popping those buttons out. Along the lower portion of the front bumper, there's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 plastic push pin retainers. You want to go ahead and remove those, as well as the 3 on this fender liner as well. Go ahead and drop that liner down and set that aside. Now, if we locate our oil filter just to the left here on the front side of the engine, we're going to come on over, and this is our crank sensor. There is a little retainer clip right here that holds it to a bracket, but there's also a 10mm bolt holding the actual sensor itself. We're going to use our shallow socket and our 1/4-inch ratchet, and go ahead and break that free. In most cases, you can spin that bolt out by hand. Before I pop that sensor out, I'm going to use my trim tool and I'm going to remove the little plastic retainer clip right here. Just get behind there. There it is. Now, if we follow the harness further up, we'll find our connector. Now, if we follow the harness up, it brings us to the connector here on the left. There's 2 of these here, so stay on the one on the left. And there's a little spring clip on this here. We want to pinch this and pull that connector off. There it is. Now, in order to remove this here from the mounting bracket, there is a small little pinhole on the backside that releases a little lock tab. I'm going to use a pick, and you're going to get on the backside of it, and you have to push in to release that. Now, I'm going to use a pair of hose pliers here actually to go ahead and grab that connector end. It's going to give me a little bit more leverage to go ahead and pull up on this when I press in on that button. There we go. Now, sometimes this will just be stuck on that mounting bracket just from a little bit of debris and whatnot. So go ahead and pull this harness down. And we'll go ahead and pull the sensor out of the engine. You know, these sensors are normally held in with a little bit of an O-ring around the perimeter there, and then we have some corrosion around the edge just that kind of causes these sensors to stick. So I'm going to use some spray lube. I'm going to use a flathead screwdriver, a little bit of a bend in it here. I'm going to try and spin this a little bit. Yes, here we go. Just to try and break it free, get some movement there. I'm going to try and rotate this a little bit while we're pulling it out. There we go. Well, once we get that out, let's go ahead and clean the port right here. Make sure the flange is clean of any debris. And let's go ahead and install our sensor. Now, we went ahead and we put a thin coat of engine oil on the O-ring seal itself. I'm going to go ahead and line this up and insert that. I'm going to push it and rotate that in, make sure that O-ring seal seats in there. There it is. You want to make sure that that flange is flat up against the metal. Install that bolt. Now you want to go ahead and torque this down to 8.7 foot-pounds. It is absolutely critical that you torque that to the operation of the component. I'm going to go ahead and install the clip right here, pop that in to that bracket. I'm going to go ahead and feed our wiring harness up behind this wire loom here. I'm going to go ahead and connect the connector here, line that up, push them together. There we go. Line this up and pull it back onto the bracket. There we go. Now it's pushed in and locked into place. Now that we have the sensor installed, go ahead and put on your lower splash shield if you happen to have that. Reconnect the battery up in the engine compartment. And if you happen to have a check engine light, you want to go ahead and use the scan tool to properly clear that code. And then you can take the vehicle for a road test. Install the ground terminal. Push it down as far as it'll go. And snug down the nut. At that point there, you're all set.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.